Good morning. We are, the Shiur today is on the Sicha Chelek Tesvav Asara Bteves. Now, the Sicha itself is mainly starts off with a whole discussion on the Indian of Asara Bteves, the Rambams, but Kolat Semis Elas in the bottle, and a lot of discussion on the concept of Asara Bteves and the Semis and so on and so forth. And we're not going to get into that part, but we're going to focus on the last part of the Sicha, which is in some way Kaveh Bracha Latzmei. It requires its own its own discussion. So to segue into that part of the Sicha, we're going to start off from the halachic perspective and then get to what the Rebbe says. How I believe that the Rebbe's approach opens up understanding in this halacha, as we will see. Okay, so there are various fasts that we fast over the course of the year, and the Rambam Hilchos Tinius, Hey, halacha Aleph, brings the list and explains that the purpose of the times, and to remind us, until it caused all the problems that it caused. Now, halacha beis, and he goes through the list. Yom Shlishi b'Tishrei starts off with Tishrei, I guess, which is it's saying Gedalia, Shenera Gedalia, Benachika, Sibiv Lahatem Galusan, that caused their galus. Vasi Bteves, Shemay Melech Babel, Nebuchadnezzar, Rasha Yishalayim. That's when he laid siege to Yishalayim. And he caused them the angst and the problems that were caused. Then the Shivas and the Tammuz, 5 things happened, and then the same thing on. And then he goes later and he speaks about the Tisha B'Av, the 5 things that happened there. And halacha Daled, he enumerates the fasts. They were brought down in that explained in Kabbalah, meaning this is what the pasuk means in Navi, as we will see later. So he goes through. That's the 4th month, Tammuz. 5th month. Tishrei. Asara B'Teves. Now we'll see soon. There's a discussion in Gemara that the order should be different, but and then he goes on to the following, and this is this crux of our discussion. Any of these 4 come out on Shabbos, push it off. Is Be'erev Shabbos. Now, from the Rambam, it would seem that any kindness comes out of Shabbos, you can fast. And on Shabbos, none of them. Says the Avudra. The Avudra was a Rishon. And he say the Tefillah Hatainia, he writes. There is a difference between these 4 fasts. She'ar bad seimus and nidochin lepamim kishachol b'Shabbos chutz me'asara b'Teves. She'ein eichal lo'olam b'Shabbos. It never comes out on Shabbos. And in the same line, avalu chal lepamim b'yom shishi, and that's the only one, by the way. U'misanim by b'yom, and you do fast on Friday, whereas the others we don't. We don't let it come out. What does it mean? Shabbos? So some say it means Asara Bteves only. We'll see what the Rebbe says in the Oris there, and we'll talk about it. There goes the big chiddush of the Avudram. Afil lo yichal b'Shabbos lo yichel nitchesel yom achar. It says the same words as it says in Yom Kippur. However, no other fast comes out on Friday. Now, from his juxtaposition of the words, it would sound like there is a connection between the fact that it could be fasted on Shabbos and it comes out on Friday, and we'll get to that later. Now, where does it say Be'etzem Hayom Hazeh on regarding the tinus of Asar B'Teves? By the way, Beis Yosef brings this Avudraham, and he writes on him, I don't know where he got it from. Now, the pasuk that he brings is in Yecheskel, Perek Chavdalad, Pasuk Aleph, Vayid, Var, Avaya, Elai, Shana Chiz, B'Chedesh Asiri, in the 9th month, in the 9th year, on the 10th month, but also Lachedesh Lema, on the 10th day of the month. That's Pasuk Aleph. Pasuk Beis, Ben Adam, Savlach as Shem Hayem, as Shem Hayem, write this name of the day, as Etzem Hayem Hazeh, this day, Sama Melech Bavel El Yishalayim Etzem Hayem Hazeh. On this day was late siege to Yerushalayim. Write it down. Okay, Rashi and Megillah. The Rebbe is medayik for Rashi and Megillah. That in Ha'ara number 78 in this Sikha, that Rashi says, "Man atzeh keinim va'am and chali is b'Shabbos machem li'emacha." He pushed it off the negative. Kein tisha b'av shkali is b'Shabbos. Who adin? The words of Rashi l'shiva asa b'tamis v'le'asar b'teves. And the Rambam's lashon echad me'aboyim etzeim shechali is b'Shabbos deichanes la'ach Shabbos. So the Rebbe is medayik that they disagree with the Avudraham. What is the svara of the Avudraham? What does this mean, the Etzem Hayem Hazeh? So Reb Chaim, in the written, what the Talmidim wrote, and the Shiur jargon, it's called the Stenslach. The Reb Chaim, and also the Minchas Chinuch, in different lashonos, obviously, different ways of style of writing, they bring out a very, very interesting concept. And they say, first of all, Reb Chaim basis says that we do find fasting on Shabbos, where Tainas Chelek. So you could have a fast on Shabbos. However, most fasts are pushed off because you can fast the next day. Why fast on Shabbos? But if you have to fast on that day, then you fast on that day. So Tainas Chelek, which is good to fast on that day, you fast on that day. And he says that's a difference. Listen to this. Of Asara B'Teves in all times. Oh, Asara B'Teves, you fast because of what happened. And it depends on the month. Now, the Minchas Chinuch says clearly, these are months. It doesn't say in the pasuk, Tzoim Asara B'Teves. He says it on all the times. He doesn't say it only like he doesn't have a dram, the Minchas Chinuch. He says it's a month. It's a concept in the month. Tzoim Asiri, Tzoim Shvi. It's a month. And therefore, when it comes out of Shabbos, push it off the next day. Asara Bteves, the fact that it says that's why it has to be that day. That's what Chaim says. It elaborates on the concept that all the other tiny ois are monthly. And he brings it out. There's a machlekes what a time asir means. Rabbi Kiva and Rabbi Shimon. Rabbi Kiva says it's Asara Bteves. Rabbi Shimon says no, it's Hey Teves. Yeah, that was before Hey Teves. So he says that how can he have machlekes? It's a month. The question is what day. And what the argument? Find out when they fasted. He says the faith wouldn't tell you anything. And what's their machlekes? Kiva says you go according to the events. And Shimon says you go in the order of the months. He says in the Lashon in the Gemara is Lashon in the Gemara is Ani. I gotta find the Lashon of the Gemara. I go according to the Melirois. He goes according to the Seder Merois, and I go according to the Seder of the yeah. He writes like this. I like my words better, Rabbi Shimon said. Hey was when the Shmuel came of the Churban. So it goes in order of the events. And who might say the Chadoshim, and he might say the Peranius. Okay, in other words, the pasuk is going according to the promise. That's basically the idea. All right. So bottom line is that their point is that the tiny ois in general are monthly. Okay. And whereas the Avudraham comes along and says, no, this tinus is a day. Okay, so now regarding the Rambam that he writes, Echad Ma'abo Yimei Atzemish Shacholiz V'Shabbos Deichanis Lachas Shabbos, and it's brought down in Shulchan Aruch also like that. Kol Dal Atzemish Halolu Im Cholu Liyas V'Shabbos Nidochen Lachas Shabbos, says the Ramah Im Cholu Be'er Shabbos Kayim B'Shachas Mincha Vayichal. So the Magen Ram writes, Kol Dal Atzemish Lav Daf L'Eilam En Yud B'Teves B'Shabbos. Can't let Yud Teves come out of Shabbos. Never happens. And regarding what the Ramah says, Kolaber Shabbos, he writes, it can't happen. Only Asara Bteves. Master Shekel explained. When he writes that Kol Dalet same is, he writes only 3. But here it's only 1. How can it mean? That's why he has a question. Okay, the Maimartcha says a different versions and not necessarily says that words. So the Rebbe says, what I don't see the problem. There he writes that even Asara Bteves never comes out on Shabbos, but the Nafkamina Allah is Mansh Mekach Napiria. Or Lachar Churban until the bittul of Kiddush Napiria. Or according to the days that you can have a Sanhedrin before Mashiach comes. Then don't be Kaddish up here. And therefore, he says the Magen Avram's question is answered. Yeah. All right. Anyway. Okay. So that's a I want to discuss the Avudraham seems to put together the idea of Asara Bteves being able to be Chal on Shabbos, not allowing it, but it could be fast on Erev Shabbos. Shulchan Aruch Simon Reish Mem Tes, it says if somebody was Mekabel a Tainus in Erev Shabbos, he has to fast till Seisek Chav, unless he says clearly till the Tzibur finishes davening. The Ramah says, some say v'yeshem lo yashlim, and as soon as they go out of shul, you should eat. And therefore, he says, Tainis Yochid lo yashlim. Tainis Sibur yashlim. Then there's the famous, but if it's a Tainis Cholim, you should fast, let's say, Sinchol. Teisvis, the famous Mordechai brings, V'shemra, that it only till after Ma'ariv, no matter what, and if Asara, Bteves, on Erev Shabbos, he would eat a tafshel before he wanted to go to shul. Like tell him tchila tafshel kabel Shabbos geshemun. I don't know, sorry, Bteves. Now don't do that, but that's the son of Moshe. He could, but better not to. You shouldn't go into Shabbos hungry. And he says that even the Yeshayimim, that Tainis Cholim became Ashlim, because on Shabbos you can fast it also. So perhaps that's the connection of the Avudram, which we will explain later. That Asara Bteves that comes out on Shabbos, you have to push it off, because by Etzim you can fast. Now, if it comes out of Shabbos, therefore you can fast, because you can fast into the night, because you could have fasted on Shabbos too. Okay, but there's a problem. Why is Asara Bteves different than everything else? Good. Pasuk said, what makes it different? It's the same type of idea. It's all my rice. It's all because of my rice. Rabbi says it's not my rice. It is my rice. He compares it to Tainis Cholim. Tainis Cholim, you could fast on Shabbos, but this we don't let you fast on Shabbos. Another problem is that on Tainis Cholim, the Torah says it's Einik Shabbos. There is a pleasure in it. Good. It's not the complete Einik Shabbos, but it is Einik Shabbos. And there's a famous Sikha of the Rabbi about the Yontiv, the difference in Yontiv and Shabbos, but regarding Tainis Chol. I'm sure. Right? Now, just like we find the machlekes, what day of the month? I saw it, but the same Asiri is. So how does Avudram say no? It's a din of the day, according to that understanding. And why did Rabbi Kiva Taki go not according to the Seder Chadoshim in the pasuk, like Rabbi Shimon, and Taich Dafke? Yeah, what's the comparison that Avudram makes to Yom Kippur? What's schlecht with the just saying? It says that's my mazeh. Okay. And also the connection between, he says, Shabbos, what do we say? The reason you can fast on Friday, because Shabbos is also mutter to fast, but it's not true. That Shabbos is not mutter to fast. That Shabbos is not etzem hayom hazeh. All right. So I think that if we go with the Rebbe's approach in understanding what the mile what the specialty of Asar B'Tevis, everything falls into place. And that is, the Rebbe says that Tainis Asar B'Tevis, the uniqueness of it is because that's when everything began. That is the source of all other Tainias. So since it's the source, it has a certain, it is more chomer than all the others. That perhaps, I want to just bring an akuda similar to this idea. The Gemara, the Machlekes, Gemara says, I guess, Tisha B'Av really started the main destruction of the Beis Hamikdash. The fire started late afternoon, towards evening, and it burned into the next day mostly. So there's a thought to say that they should be a Siri B'Av, not Tisha B'Av. So, but we were massacred on Tisha B'Av. Why? Aschalte de Pernasa Adif. What's shot? Like the Rebbe says, this is the day where everything comes from. This is the cause, the source of it. That's number one. And the Rebbe goes a step further. It says that the reason it would be Deicha Shabbos, why is Yom Kippur Deicha Shabbos? Because it is the union of tshuva, which is higher, the ultimate tshuva, which is higher than the eating of Shabbos. So the Avedas HaTshuva of Yom Kippur is higher than the avodas of eating of Shabbos. It's like I get the available my book. To note that the Rambam uses the lashon shvisa me'achilu shtia. So the mile of Asara Bteves, the mile, the uniqueness of Asara Bteves is it's a schalt in the Perunusa. It's where everything begins and is the cause of everything. And it's achilu shtia is similar to Yom Kippur because of that. That's what the Rebbe says. Oh, so now we can say why Asara Bteves is not only in the month; it's only in the day, because you can't say if you say something happened this month. This is not what happened this month; it's what happened all of the tzaras. So it has to be when it began. The aschalta, it's all about the aschala. And when it began, when everything started. So it can't tell me the month of the Shai. So that can be the Machlekes Rabbi Akiva and Reb Shimon. Reb Shimon holds it's a monthly thing. Rabbi Akiva, no, Tzema series, you say the Iker of all the Tzemas. So Reb Shimon doesn't have such a fast. Rabbi Akiva holds, that's why he didn't go according to the Kipshuta, like the Seder HaChadashim, because this is it. This is the state of everything. Everything lies here. Yeah. Yeah. So according to the second Nakud of the Rebbe, of the tshuva being in a level of higher than eating, so now we can understand why he connects it to Yom Kippur. That's the Mayim Hazeh. That's the word. That's what he's trying to say. It's the Etzem Mayim Hazeh of Yom Kippur. And now what we had is question that how can you compare it to Tainis Cholim? Forget. Tainis Cholim, the Rambam says that the Shulchan Aruch speaks about Tainug of the fast, not the Rambam. Rambam brings out it is a message to do tshuva. You can't get any greater Yom Kippur when you got a message directly to do tshuva. So Ulai Tainis Cholim is in the same league. That's why the Rambam doesn't say Bittul Ksas Einik Shabbos or the Iker Einik Shabbos, Bittul Einik Shabbos. The Rambam doesn't hold that it's a mile. Okay. So now we can understand the connection between Asara Bteves falling out on Friday and Shabbos, because it's an Indian, like the Rebbe says, an Indian of tainus. The tainus here is hechef and achil and shtia. So when you're fasting into the night, it's not a steer to Ilcha Shabbos. Just like Yom Kippur is not a steer to Ilcha Shabbos. In other words, Asara Bteves, the way the Rebbe sees it, carries a whole new world with it. It's a different type of tainus. It's a tainus of Yom Kippur tainus. That's the comparison of that Mayim Hazeh. And therefore, there is no problem with fasting on Friday. And there wouldn't be a problem fasting going to Avud on Shabbos. Okay, the Rambam argues on that, but that's the shit of the Avud Ram. Okay, this is one aspect of the last point of the Rebbe Sikha, but I think it brings together the holy Seidus of the Sikha. But the strong point here is realizing those two nekudas and the uniqueness of Asara Bteves over all the other tainus. Hatzlacha Rabbi,